All right, everybody, December 1st, big epic day. We have the launch of Hammer and Chisel. As everybody knows, I have been working hard for the last 12 weeks to basically get my life back on track. And what I have used for the last 12 weeks was the launch of Hammer and Chisel to focus on. And that was what kept me going. So today was, just crazy because everything I've been working for really led up to this moment because that's what I was training for. And so now I have a new goal is to just totally crush the Hammer and Chisel. So I hope that everybody had a great launch day. My anxiety's been through the roof, and that's kind of par for its course because whenever we have launch day, you got that super excitement going. Plus, people are calling you. I spend lots of time on the phone. People were texting me, Facebooking me, calling me. It was nuts. But this is, a really an amazing thing for us. I love how, over the last 2 years, Beachbody rolled out Zandy Max 30 last December because it helps build momentum. And then for me, I know that everything that I've been working for, people have been watching me, and I've had a lot of, great success within the challenge group and people reaching out because of the fact that they've been watching what I do. And this is something that Christy's going to talk about on the call is that the work starts now. One thing that I've shared on, recent past calls is the fact that I was a Success Club All-Star, hit Success Club from the first month I started, mid-February of 2012. Then everything, when life got in the way, I stopped, practicing the 3 vital behaviors, and I just kind of got into, I don't even know what word you want to describe it. Slump doesn't even cover it. And so, my inactivity, I finished 21 Day Fix Extreme in May, and then June and July were pretty much nothing, and same with August. Well, August I didn't hit Success Club, and so that is basically a product of the months prior. That's what people don't realize is that what you do now really determines your success in the next 2 to 3 months. You've got to plant those seeds. You have to be consistent, and so I'm hoping that you have great success with Hammer and Chisel and that you've used the last couple of months to build everything up into this. We have shared within our team. In fact, there was a Diesel Nation resource guide for Hammer and Chisel that laid out everything for you to be able to launch your business even more, faster with this, and it told you how to prepare. And that's the great thing about our team is that we work together. What you guys don't realize is, I don't know if you saw the post that Christy said earlier, was it that, Becky and Kristina, when they started, there was literally, I would say on a scale from 1 to 10, like a 2 as far as nothing goes, as far as training. Luckily, coaches who've been in this field for, the last 4, 5, 6, 7 years, we've paved the way because we share with corporate. And so what you share, the feedback you give is heard and is, facilitated. And so we came up with systems, and, I really feel that the universe brought us together because Becky and Kristina and I, we have a lot of similarities that link us together that made us literally family. However, we have different things that we bring to the table, and we were kind of like this trifecta or, tripod that worked together, and we built this team that has been explosive. And, one thing that she's going to share on this call is the fact that she had a major slump in this year. She's a superstar diamond. She is, will rock your socks by the end of this call. You're going to be crying and ready to go. You won't sleep tonight. I know that. But that doesn't mean that we're immune from these things. Becky had a slump this year. I had a slump that just, is epic. But you can regain, and that's one thing we're going to talk about. So anyways, few announcements. Number 1, we have Michelle, Brandon's cousin, who just signed up as a coach a couple days ago after doing a coach sneak peek. And then she signed her first coach and had a challenge pack customer already. So I want to give her a virtual high five. I think she's on the call. But congratulations, Michelle. Halfway to Emerald. You are doing awesome. And so is Brandon as your sponsor. I'm so proud to have all of you on the team. I put the calendar of events up in the team Relentless, just talking about the next few weeks in December. So mark your dates because so many coaches don't get on these calls live, then they don't tell their teams about it. Same thing with National Wake Up Call, and your team follows you. So get on these calls, encourage your team, get on it with them. That way they see the importance. You can't tell people to do something that you're not doing. I learned that the hard way. Next week, Melissa Galame and I are going to be doing a different kind of style of a Team Relentless call. This is open to the public, but this is really geared towards you guys. The Team Relentless coaches. What is it that you struggle with? What is it that you need help with? What is it that you need clarification of? We're going to be doing a Q&A. So please use the next week to write down questions you have that you'd like us to address. And then when we're on the call, you are free to ask questions. But this is kind of your chance to step out of your comfort zone and ask the questions and get them answered. And then the next week, I actually have somebody who is not, this is going to be our first non-team Beachbody coach that is on the call. He has become one of my really good friends over the last year and a half. He gives great advice. We have a lot of parallel, ways of thinking, but actually the opposite way of thinking. But he will too motivate the hell out of you, and he might be able to speak more to you. And like I said, these calls are for you, Team Relentless, and also open up to Diesel Nation, which has been so great to every one of us and Team Relentless. But make sure you get on this call. Make sure you keep your notes. And that's all I have to say. So I'm going to turn it over to Kristina.
All right. How are you guys? So I don't know if I even hey Ryan, I don't even know if I have to talk tonight because Mindy said everything I wanted to tell you guys. So I think I'm gonna sign off now. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you for having me on. This team, Mindy, you guys, Melissa, all the Melissa Barto, Melissa Galliman, all of you guys, you really hold a really special place in my heart. I don't know if you guys even know, but I'll share it. You guys are in no way, affect my success. You're on Becky's other leg than the one I'm on. But I still believe that this team and Mindy and you guys were meant to be a part of my life, a part of Diesel Nation. You inspire me. I still feel like you do, that we are just one big happy family. So I think that's really cool that we've been able to develop this, culture of being together, regardless of where we kind of fall in this whole Diesel Nation organization. I love you guys, and I just want to see you succeed. So it was an honor to be asked to be on this call to speak to you tonight. And we're going to talk about some struggles, Mindy's very open and honest about her struggles. I applaud her for that, because this business really is about being real, but being adjustable, being real, but fixing it, being real and being honest with yourself enough to make changes. And that's what happened to me this year. But before I get into that, for you guys that don't know me, I am the co-founder of Diesel Nation with my sister, Becky. I have been a coach for 5 years now. I was a practicing attorney. I was a partner at my firm when I retired to pursue Beachbody full-time in May of 2014. So it's been about a year and a half that I've been doing Beachbody exclusively. And it's been an amazing, amazing, amazing journey of learning and growth and stumbling and getting back up and failing and succeeding and hitting goals and not hitting goals. And I wanted to share kind of like some of the things that happened to me during my journey this year to hopefully inspire you to really take action right now to dictate what happens to you in 2016, which hopefully is going to be something very positive and, moving forward with your business and your life. So, for the first 3 years of my business, I really did, just kind of do this naturally. I posted on Facebook and people came to me. Like, I don't know if, some people that happens. I don't think the market was as saturated as it is now. I would, especially in Miami, there wasn't a lot of Beachbody coaches at the time. And so my business grew very easily. Yes, I worked hard. Like Mindy knows this. I worked extremely hard. I was practicing law, had babies at home. I felt like I would work 24 hours a day, but I loved this so much that I would do it anyway. But in terms of, signing coaches and earning Success Club, it came very naturally. People wanted to join. And then I realized why. Why did they want to join Diesel Nation and why did they want to join me? It's because I was freaking rocking my fitness. I was on my A game for the first 3 years of my business. I was on fire. Like literally, I lost 65 pounds in the first 7 months from becoming a coach. And when I did P90X, well, at first I did Asylum, and I did it like balls to the wall, all in, and my body went like this. Like it literally went from here to here. And then I did P90X2 and went all in, like all in. My transformation pictures, not to pat myself on the back, but are amazing. And everybody wanted to do what I was doing. And I realized, there it is. That's the secret to this business, right? Just be 100% all the time and we'll all be extremely successful at this. But that's not reality, right? Because then in year 4, a lot of things happen. You know, I started getting busier at work. I became a partner at the firm. I was having a little bit too much fun with Beachbody. You know, we were drinking too much during the week. We were partying a little bit too much. I was letting things slide. I wasn't working out as hard. I wasn't doing this and I wasn't doing that. And guess what? My business started to be affected by that, by those behaviors. And I realized that, hey, guess what? Those 3 vital behaviors, really that proof the products work one is really, really, really important. So I won't get into all of it, but this year it kind of came to a head. Almost like Mindy's story too, right? It was almost parallel to it, where, you know, my birthday's in September, and I always love to make excuses about that. And I don't know if you do, but when my birthday month comes, my birthday celebrations extend the entire month. And then I let it slip into October. And I literally went back to my start weight of Beachbody. Like when I started Beachbody in 2010, I weighed the same in October of this year. And I realized that this was not going to be a good setup for 2016 to grow my business, nor was it a good setup to inspire you guys to be in the best shape of your life or to inspire any of my customers. How can I ask them to go all in when I wasn't going all in? And that's when I decided to do the Ultimate Reset. It was the second time that I did the Ultimate Reset. The first time I actually did it with Mindy when the program was released. And I said, you know what? I need change, and I need drastic change. I was letting all my excuses get in the way. I was letting, you know, I mean, everything. I would just be like, well, I'll have that piece of bread, and I'll have those 2 margaritas, or I'll have that big ass burrito, and let it slide, right? Like if it didn't matter, but at the end of the day, it really did. It was making an impact, not only in the way that I looked, and this is not even about that. It's how it was affecting my business. Because when you don't feel like you are in control of your health and your fitness, guess what? It shows. It shows in the way you post. It shows in the way you talk. Your confidence levels go down, and you're not going to be inviting as confidently as you would if you were going all in on something. So I went all in with Ultimate Reset. And I know it's extreme, but that program is life-changing. And I'm not going to tell you right now to do Ultimate Reset because we're all going to do Hammer and Chisel. But I will tell you that that program really changed my perspective going forward. And I hope that at the end of this call, you take Hammer and Chisel and do the same thing that I did. That's the point, right? You don't have to stop and, you know, say, okay, I'm not going to do Hammer and Chisel because Kristina said Ultimate Reset. No. I'm saying take these philosophies that I'm going to share with you tonight and implement them right now into Hammer and Chisel, because it's going to make a difference in your business. So what did my Ultimate Reset journey teach me? English, please. What did it teach me? Number 1 is that I'm stronger than I was making myself believe that I was. That I can be in control of what I do, what I eat, what I say, how I feel. And you can too. You just have to make the decision to control what you eat, what you say, how you feel, and everything in between. And in that, you have to be open and honest about your journey. And that is something that I learned from Mindy. You have to be open and honest about your journey, but you have to You have to be able to make changes. A lot of people, and I might be speaking to you, but a lot of people will be open and honest about their journey and say, you know, I can't get my ish together and I keep falling off track, but then they don't do anything about it. They just keep posting about how they can't get their ish together and they can't get on track. You gotta be different. You gotta say, okay, I've made mistakes. I've done this. This is where I'm coming from. I'm eating too much, drinking too much, not working out enough, not eating clean, not eating according to the 21-day fixed meal plan, but I'm gonna change and this is how I'm gonna do it. And sharing that on social media is extremely important. Post, here's a big tip. Post what other people are feeling. Use your journey to communicate the feelings that other people are having. Let me say that again. Use your feelings to communicate what other people are experiencing and feeling in their life. Because I guarantee you that they are. It might be hard. It might be something that will make you step out of your comfort zone. And believe you me, that every time I posted that I was drinking too much, it hurts and it was hard for me to do. Because I know people see, you know, this image on social media of everything's good, everything's good, everything's good. And I'm saying not everything's good. I'm having a little bit too much fun. I'm not in control. And that was hard. But guess what? The outpouring of that was extremely powerful. So if there's something that you can teach a lesson about in your social media, you have to be able to do that. But remember, behind that becomes action. I couldn't just sit there and say, you know, I need to change because I've gained all this weight and I'm not being a product of the product, and then turn around and not do anything about it. Because guess what? My business would have been, it would have tanked after that. I needed to make that change. And that's what Ultimate Reset did for me. It did. Number two, you have to believe in these products. People that believe 50%, it's hard for you to take off in this business. You got to believe 100%. So while I 100% believed in Ultimate Reset a couple weeks ago when I started that program, your job right now is to 100% believe in Hammer and Chisel and what it's going to do for your body. And not only 100% believe what it's going to do, 100% go all in. And I mean, I don't have to repeat everything that Becky has said getting ready for this program, but do it. Follow the nutrition plan. Follow the process. Don't do extra workouts. Don't eat less than the meal plan says. Eat according to the meal plan. Go all in. Get the results. Set the example for your team, because I guarantee you that it will make a difference. Number three is you have to make that mindset shift. And this was huge for me when I started the Ultimate Reset. I mean, if you've done Ultimate Reset, you understand how important that little shift in your mental state matters so much while you do that program. That ability to say no, that ability to say, I can do this, the ability that says, I'm not going to cheat, I'm not going to do it, is what gets you from day 1 to day 21 with the Ultimate Reset. And what I learned earlier this year in Tony Robbins, I seriously believe is the secret to all success in life. And it has to deal with this mindset shift. And you can Google and YouTube Tony Robbins mindset shift, and you'll hear him speak about this. He also talks about the stories that we tell ourselves, right? Oh, I can't, and Autumn even talks about this in the 21-day fix. Oh, I can't shape my arms, or I can't shape my belly, or I can't change, or I can't lose weight because of X. My genetics don't allow me to do this. I'm not strong enough because I'm destined to look this way, because my business isn't going to succeed, because all these stories that we tell ourselves are BS. They are all designed to keep you in your current state. And guess what? They all are in your head. They all can be controlled. And that's what set my journey apart from any other program that I did with Ultimate Reset, was that mindset shift, that I was not going to be controlled by the thoughts and the stories in my head. I was going to control the program. I was going to control what I did, and I was going to succeed. That's how you have to not only tackle the programs that you do, but your business. It's that mindset shift of not letting it control you, but you controlling it. You control what you can control, of course, but you have to be able to say, I'm going to dictate what happens today. I'm going to dictate how I, tackle hammer and chisel, or I'm going to dictate how I tackle the month of December. November is traditionally a very hard month in our business. And you might be saying, yeah, I didn't hit Success Club, or man, I hit it just right at the last moment. Well, guess what? November is a very hard month. Was it hard for me? Nope. I'm going to be right on it right here. I'm going to say it was not. I ended the month at Success Club 20. I never was nervous about it. I went all in because my mindset was November is just like any other month. It might as well be February, because I'm going to go out there and I'm going to kick some ass and I'm going to help some people. Guess what? Mindy, she beat me this month. Yes, she did. She had more Success Club points than me. So you guys know, like, traditionally, Mindy and I are always like boom, boom, boom with Becky's team. Yeah, coming off of what she calls her mega epic slump, November did not matter to her. Why? Here's why. Number one, she has committed 100% to her fitness. Number two, committed 100% to her business. And number three, not let the word November stop her from crushing her business. Some people will just make that excuse because in their mind, they've told themselves the story that November is hard, and so it's okay to not succeed in November. That is what we need to change, those stories that we tell ourselves. So I learned that from Ultimate Reset. And then the last part of, what did it teach me is that I can go all in again. That just because I've been in the business for 5 years, that I should not be coasting. I should not just, take all of this for granted. That whether you've been in the business like me for 5 years, or you just started, or you maybe been 2-3 years in the business, don't take this for granted. We still have a job to do. We still have to be proof that the products work. We still have to inspire. We still have to coach. We still have to attract people into our business. And it all starts with your own commitment, your own story. So those are the things that my Ultimate Reset journey taught me. Now I want to talk to you about what it proved, right? So what did it prove in my business? The first one is that the 3 vital behaviors are critically important. I know it's so elementary. I know you've heard this a million times, but when you, I feel like going like this to the computer screen. When you go all in on your fitness, your business succeeds. So do it. Do it. It proved that. Mindy has just proved that. That when you are in control, your mind is clear, you're focused on your fitness, you're sharing it on Facebook how excited you are about what you're doing, you're sharing your ups, your downs, but you keep forging through, people will be inspired by that and want to join you. Number 2, the story is so important. If you don't know how to share the story, that's where you need to start. Because I've been telling my new coaches now, even if it takes them 2-3 months to start their business, as long as they have a story to tell. I always say, if you're asked to be on a team call, right? Let's say, Mindy or Melissa Bart. So Melissa, I want you to be on my team call next week. Do you have a story? Do you have that story that proves Beachbody works? And she does. I'm just called out her name. But do you have a story that proves Beachbody works? Or does your story kind of yeah, 50-50. Not so good. I don't know. I'm not so sure about Shakeology. And I did the 21-day fix for about 3 days, and I didn't lose any weight. Like, what is your story? Is it powerful? And if it's not powerful yet, make it freaking powerful. Do you have a comeback story? Where you started your business, didn't quite take off, and then bam, you committed to the 21-day fix or fix extreme or hammer and chisel, and everything changed. Think about that time that you're going to be asked to speak on a team call. What will your story be? What will you say about being proof the products work? Okay, brutal honesty time. I was talking to my sister about this next point, and I was like, I need to say it. I'm going to roll up my sleeves here. People that don't change the way, that don't have this story, that don't change, that never see progress, their businesses is so hard for them to take off. It's so hard. I've seen it. I've seen it with diamond coaches. I've seen it not only in our team, but in the network, where people that just kind of flounder here and there. I mean, no one's going to trust you guys. Let's be honest here. Let's be honest. Beachbody is probably the last ditch effort that people have to lose weight. They've tried everything when they come to you. And think back of your customers, right? Think back to those conversations you've had with your customers. What do they always tell you? Oh, I don't like those shakes because I tried those shakes, and I tried, Weight Watchers, and I tried that isogenics thing, and I did all these things and nothing worked. So you help me, right? Right? They've told you all these things they've done. It is the last thing that they, hold on, 10 minutes. It's the last thing that they are going to try, right? If you are not proof of progress, not perfection, if you are not proof of progress, they will go somewhere else. And we can't afford for them to go somewhere else, because we know, regardless if you've gone all in or not, that Beachbody is the solution. Am I right? Am I right? Yes. So that means that you need to step it up right now. If you haven't, today's your day. If you've ordered hammer and chisel, you make that decision right now to go all in. People trust real people, but they will only trust people that are brave enough to make adjustments in their life and become consistent in their efforts. Okay, because it's not enough for me to say on this call, be real, guys, be real on your social media posts and tell them and share your struggles, and then not turn around and fix it. You need to fix it. Okay, and if you're all good with your fitness, I'm not talking to you, but the general public, we need to kind of get our ish together, because all of us have fallen victim to making excuses, and of course in the holidays it's very prevalent. We do it all the time. I do it all the time, and I know that making that slight adjustment, that mindset shift, will not only change your being, but it also change your business. When you do this, you exude confidence and unapologetic motivation and drive into your business. People will want to be with you and do what you do. Okay, but you have to be consistent and persistent. The 3 vital behaviors, especially the one that says be proof the products work, has to be one of your number 1 priorities right now heading into 2016. I cannot stress that enough, that product launches like hammer and chisel are extremely important to our business if you set yourself up for them to be important. I say it all the time, and I'll say it again, that I was able to retire early when the 21-day fix was launched. Why? Because the program was extremely successful, because our team engaged with it, because our customers engaged with it, right? Every time there is a product launch, everybody needs to engage with it because lives change when we do. All of this changes when we do. It's the start of something new. It's the start of something beautiful, especially at this time of the year when Christmas is right around the corner and we need all the funds that we can get to make Christmas amazing for our families, right? So the time is now to commit to this program or to whatever program you're doing, because right now people are looking for those that are consistent. People are looking, they're shopping around right now, guys. They're making New Year's resolutions, and they're going to see, is Kelly, is Jen, is Mary, is Erin, is Holly, is Lauren, is Melissa, is Michelle, is Heather, are they worthy of my dollar? Would they help me? Can they help themselves first? Because if they can't help them first, guess what? They're not going to be able to help me. So right now you're setting the stage for that. And not only did we just experience the day one of the release of Hammer and Chisel, but do you guys realize that the next huge day in our business is coming when Shakeology Cafe Latte is released? That can come at any point in the first quarter. Set yourself up now for that. Don't wait until the day before it launches to say, oh my God, I have a new Shakeology flavor, because guess what? You might be lucky and you might sell one bag. But if I start now being consistent, getting as many people right now on Shakeology and loving it, guess what? When Latte launches, they're going to want that sucker and they're going to buy it. And guess what's going to happen to our volume? It's going to climb up and everybody's going to benefit if we all do this together, right? And then what comes? Hardcore 22. Another product launch right in the first quarter. We have to be consistent. It starts with you. It doesn't start with them. Stop making excuses. Stop telling yourself stories. Commit right now to 60 days of Hammer and Chisel or 21 days of the 21-day fix. Go all in. Get that before and after. Get your story, the one that you would tell on a team call. Think about how you would deliver your story on a team call and blow it out of the water. Because if you start that process right now at the beginning of December, by 2016, you're going to gain trust, not only in your customers, but in your team. And you guys are going to be on fire for 2016. Are you with me? Yes. Yes. All right. Mindy, any questions?
No, that was perfect. You know, one thing that I want to say is that we've all worked together because I'm going to call Kristina out, but whenever I first became a coach, I was very private. I opened my Facebook up to public and I started sharing my journey, but I wouldn't talk about anything that led up to me becoming a coach. And Kristina and Becky were big on that. They shared their victories, and my Lord, they had victory after victory, you know, physically, financially, health, everything. And then I went to Danny Johnson, changed everything, became a believer in personal development, and I started sharing like some deep, dark shit that like shocked my husband. I remember sitting at leadership the first year we went after I posted something, Kristina was like, oh my God, you know, and they watched me and they watched me still be successful. And it taught them, I know, to be open. And then in our organization, more and more people are sharing the nasty, deep, dark, ugly parts about themselves. And that actually builds your business. So the thing is, you may not, you know, like Stephanie said, I don't know how to tell my story. You may not be able to just go and write, you know, your story out eloquently. You may not be able to write a novel for every Facebook post like I do, but start somewhere. You have a story. The thing is, you're not making up the story as you go. This is something that I told Becky a long time ago. Is like, stop worrying about what people are going to say about you sharing your story on stage, because nobody's going to know if it's the truth or not. You know it's the truth, and they're not here to pick it apart. They're here because they want to be inspired. If people are going to read your stuff, it's because they're going to be inspired. And the thing is, understand you're going to have struggles. Like we said, you know, Becky had major slump in the middle of the year, beginning of the year, mine was the middle, Kristina was the last quarter. But the thing is, because we all openly shared our struggle, we were able to help one another. And I was able to duplicate what I saw Becky do to get out of her struggle, because number one, she shared her struggle. She shared what she was doing, you know, to get herself out of the struggle. And then she shared her success, and I saw that it worked. It's the same thing with weight loss. If people are struggling with their weight loss, just like you were, and you do have a formula, and then they see you succeeding and every part of your life changing, they're going to want to do it. So many coaches do like what Kristina was saying. Oh, I've fallen off of track. I did it. I know this. So if I'm calling you out, it's because I've been there. It was because it's a guilty conscience. I'm a coach. I'm supposed to be proof the product works. I'm drinking my ass off. I'm missing my workouts. I'm letting, enjoying too much of this Beachbody, blah. And then I felt guilty and I'd say something. But then nobody in my challenge groups were finishing their programs. None of my coaches were finishing programs either, because they were doing exactly what I was doing. When I did it, I have like 10 people who finished 21 Day Fix this last month because I was doing it there with them. So remember
Mindy, let me just jump in there, because that point right there is probably this call. This is why this is important. That's exactly what was happening to me. Since I was off my game and I was making excuses, I was allowing them to make excuses and not give me their 100%. I'm like, yeah, it's okay, it's fine. When I went all in and I realized and I tested my will, my strength, and my determination with the ultimate reset, I became a kind of like a no-nonsense coach. Like I didn't let people cheat. I didn't let people tell me, well, no, I'm not going to do it today. No, I was stricter. I was tougher. Obviously, it was that tough love mentality, but the people wanted it. They were like, I'm sick and tired of making excuses. And they wanted someone that was going to dish it, that was going to say what they needed to hear, not what they wanted to hear, what was going to make them feel good. And I literally, since that time, have converted nearly 90% of my challengers into coaches. And not only have I converted nearly 90% of my challengers into coaches, they're also duplicating my behavior. And so they're bringing on coaches that are more involved, more into their fitness, more into developing their story, and it's duplicating